Hi there, and welcome to the channel. I'm Firefox at Tulikko Gaming. I hope you'll enjoy the video. Welcome to my tutorial on bilateral wing angulation. And no, this has nothing to do with your scapulae. It's an equal rotation of your ship's wings or any other building part. I've built a very simple ship and a basic scaffold just to save some time. Let's have a look at it by entering the Build menu. I have built a horseshoe-shaped scaffold extending out from the ship on both sides. I will use this to show you the technique I use. Once you've learned it, you can add it fairly easy to an existing build. On top of that, I've placed 3 Zenith-class reactors in a zigzag configuration. It's essential that we use those. They are the only building part which allows us to position ourselves in a fixed position, which is essential. Furthermore, due to their design, leave a small gap between them which will give us the needed clear view of sight to distant building parts. Now let's have a closer look at the reactor setup. To position ourselves in a fixed position, walk into the corner of the reactors, and make sure you can't move sideways, just like so. We now have a clear view of sight to the parts on the left and right side of the ship, which is exactly what we want. Since this is a bilateral setup, the parts we rotate will be rotated to an equal angle relative to the ship. Now let's rotate a walkway on each side of the ship using free placement. If you don't know about free placement, I've added a link in the description below about said topic. Now enter Build mode and select one of the parts which a walkway will snap to. One of the interior modules or the internal configurations will do. I'll use my favorite one, the internal stairway. Next, enter Free Placement. To place the ladder, we will use the vertical lines on the walkways as guidelines. To add extra visual guidance, let's use the visual cues that Build mode can offer. You don't have to do that, but let's do it in this tutorial. So toggle Edit Build. We now have extra guidance. Time to place the ladders. We have already selected the stairway. We only need to toggle Edit Build and place it. Now the other side. Now that we have placed both stairways, let's snap a couple of walkways to them and see how we did. As you can see, it's slightly raised. Had we not used the visual cues using toggle Edit Build, we could have done better. However, it doesn't really matter. What matters is the angle relative to the ship. That's because from here on out, everything else we attach to the rotated walkway will be relative to it, and not the ship. As expected, the second walkway is raised as well with an equal amount. Again, what matters is the angle of the walkway relative to the ship. Let's take a step back and have a look at our achievement. Let's extend out from both walkways and see how they intersect with each other. That looks close to perfect to me. Let's add a row of walkways across and have a closer look. That looks pretty good to me. Let me clean up the build and show you a different setup for you to experiment with. I have removed the parts we don't need and moved the thrusters and the Medusa reactor towards us. Now move the Zenith reactors to each corner at the front of the build and place a walkway in front of the Medusa reactor like so. As you might have guessed, both of the setups will give you the same angle. In this case, 45 degrees. By now, I hope you have gotten a pretty good idea on how to utilize a bilateral setup and that you can see its potential. You can literally create any angle you like. And as long as you do the exact same thing on both sides of your ship, you're good to go. You should try to create different setups and see how it affects the angles. Happy angulation! As in my previous tutorials on rotation, we do all this to create temporary snap points for the parts we wish to rotate. We're not building odd-shaped hulls we can't use anyway. This is all I had for you this time. Now go angle those wings and fly where no traveler has gone before. Bye for now. Thank you for watching the tutorial. I hope you liked it. If you want to support the channel, then remember to like the video and consider subscribing. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next tutorial. Firefox out.